Today, we're going to do a mission walkthrough about how we engage a major donor and how Blueprint, our project management development system, is going to help you in that process. So, the first thing you're going to do here is go into your missions, go to Browse All Missions. You're going to go to Engage a Major Donor here. When you activate this mission, you'll see some ideas, some basic guidance on how we're going to steward you through this product and what the mission includes. We're going to go ahead and click Start Your Mission here. And the first thing that you're going to see is a small number of tasks that pop up here. And what you really need to know is that there are going to be some additional tasks that we're going to show you that populate into this that are based on certain time parameters that you've created. So the first thing you're going to want to do is identify your major donor. And you go ahead and enter their name in here and enter their email address in. So then you have an easy starting point to be able to access them at any point in the future. So Jordan is a potential foundation donor. Can give over $10,000. Or let's change this to individual donor. You could also track foundation donors. You can go ahead and click add your contact here. I'll also point out we've got a little video about who you should add as major donors and who to think about in this process. Anytime you want to look at those videos, just go ahead and click those links. It's going to pop a video up. You're going to see a fun little video of me to be able to tell you a little bit about what that looks like overall as well. So when you start that video, it'll kick you off right there. We're going to skip that for now. You can always watch that on your own time. So add your contact here. And the one thing that that's going to do is give you that name in here. So anytime you need to add updates, you're always going to want to, as you've probably seen in some other missions, add them here. And you can always update your contact and anything that you want to have relevant and ready to go right there. So the other things that we're going to recommend you do right out of the gate is one, confirm details with your major donor. You can see here that it's going to populate your name and the email address of the donor first for you. And it's going to have an email about setting expectations. There's a draft here. This can be a phone call. This could be a text message if you really wanted a long text message, but you want to do this in some kind of engagement and connection with them. Again, you can click this for a video about what these expectations look like, but ultimately what you're really trying to do in this instance is make sure that you're finding out what the donor wants. Maybe they want a text message. Maybe they want to get coffee. Maybe they want to come on site and do a tour when they connect with you. Maybe a Zoom call is preferable for them. Find out what works for them and make sure that that's your point of engagement moving forward. Once you go ahead and send this email, it's going to trigger some other things for you to be able to do as well. Again, we want to make sure that once you've confirmed this email, you add these dates here. So you want to add something like Jordan prefers to receive a text and is a data-driven donor. So that way, when you're reaching back out, you know that the things that Jordan is going to be looking for are things like this, text and being data-driven. So as you can see here, we've got some other ideas for keeping your donor engaged. Go ahead and watch this video. This is just a gentle reminder that sometimes you've forgotten or you've missed some other tasks or you've let this fall behind. There's never a bad time to engage a donor in that process. Now, I mentioned to you that a couple other things happened here, and I'm going to go ahead and open a different mission that we already started to show you on this tutorial about what I'm talking about. As you can see here, we've got a whole bunch of other tasks that have populated in here. Each of these tasks is triggered from another task that's already been completed. So as you can see, this reconnecting with Jordan, that has been triggered by this confirming your details and entering the name in the first place. Each of these additional tasks that you'll see reconnecting with Jordan are all occurring at 90, 180, and 270 days out. So you can be reminded to reach out to Jordan during those times. So you'll see these other individual tasks that are still here in these spots. But the other thing that you'll notice is that we had set a date here that your donor wants you to make an ask. One of the things that we ask in the set expectations button is that you ask them what time of year they want an ask. Donors that give through their donor and advised funds sometimes like to give in April because that's when they're deciding what they want to do with their taxes. Some donors want to give in December. Some like it in September because that's when they get back from the summer and they don't want to be bothered by it later in the year. I've already selected this 12/3/24 date as the date that we want to be asking them when they want to, what contribution they want to make. And as you can see here, it pops up and it's asking the donor for a contribution that's meaningful for them. This is going to populate on December 4th. So you can remember to make these asks during the appropriate time. You can send an email to schedule a meeting. You can watch this video about how to approach a major donor for an ask. We've got all these steps and all the support in the process for you to do what's best to engage a major donor and make your mission possible.